Eastside High School, Lancaster, California, 93535. A vast and open, dry landscape, full of surprises at every corner. Maybe there was a fight during B-lunch, or someone got caught selling chips in the middle of the hallway during passing period. Never a dull moment. There is no doubt that our school is teeming with excitement on a day-to-day basis. But upon closer inspection, much closer inspection, we see a new kind of life surviving within Eastside's hallways, fields, and courtyards. You see them as you eat your lunch, squabbling over an empty bag of chips, and, very rarely, pooping on the occasional, unsuspecting passerby. That form of life is avian. Magnificent creatures, remnants of the days of the dinosaurs. After all, the closest living relative of the king of giants, Tyrannosaurus rex, is the chicken. But as we enjoy our modern-day dinosaurs with a side of gravy and mashed potatoes at your local Kentucky Fried Chickens and El Pollo Locos, thousands of other species populate our big, blue planet Earth. We'll start our journey of avian discovery at the easternmost region of Eastside High School, home to a number of bird species. First on our list is a small but spirited flightless bird. The desert kiwi. Perfectly suited for life on the ground, the desert kiwi spends up to 75% of its day scavenging for food. The desert kiwi is not a picky eater. From week-old hot Cheetos to the rice from orange chicken balls no one finishes, if it's on the floor, it's fair game for the desert kiwi. Seen here as a young bachelor, about 4 years old and in his prime. His species prefers a more solitary lifestyle and only mate when food is abundant, sometime during the end of each semester. Being a small ground-dwelling creature, the desert kiwi is no stranger to predation. Coyotes, larger birds of prey, and even other kiwis are a threat to their health. In response to the constant presence of imminent death, they have adapted a lean, agile body type, perfect for dashing away from would-be predators. Their coloration is also ideal for blending in with their surroundings. Look at their speed. What a marvelous piece of evolutionary machinery. Some 100 miles to the north lives another flightless bird, thought to be distant relatives diverging from the evolutionary tree of life about 66 million years ago. The kiwi bird and its northern counterpart, the sand squawker, lives a much dustier lifestyle. Surviving by making the most out of its dry surroundings, the sand squawker is one resilient bird. Sand squawkers are a much more social bird, but with any hierarchy comes conflict. Using a wide array of complex calls, sand squawkers communicate effectively and efficiently. A young male approaches a female. By the positioning of his beak and wings, it is clear that he is ready to mate. The female raises her hand and squawks in indignation. She is unimpressed. The female is a perfect specimen, in prime condition and ideal for spreading her traits in the gene pool. She knows what she's got, and she won't give it up to just any bird. Our bachelor has lost his chance at mating. Sand squawkers wait for consent, and if they do not receive it, they go along on their merry way. Humans could most certainly take a page out of the Sand Squawker Handbook. Next up is a tiny little fellow called the gib. They spend their days feasting on nutrient-rich leaves and playing with anyone who will spare the time of day. They use their abnormally strong legs to push off of any surface and reach their intended food item. This particular species is extremely friendly and playful, which has baffled experts for generations. What exactly makes the gib so amiable to begin with is a topic of hot discussion among researchers. To paint a better picture, we have visited the Eastside Aviary Observatory to ask the top authority in gib behavior.
Oh, the gibs. They're my favourite. Just a darling species of bird. After years of research, we concluded that they might be the friendliest bird due to a lack of predation. If there are no other animals to eat the birds, then they become less suspicious of other species.
This is a new bird, recently discovered by the name of Qantas. Upon vigorous study, it seems that this bird is the hungriest of them all. They eat leaves from the trees and grass for their high concentrations of moisture. These birds have quickly become an icon in the bird world for their menacing red beak. There is no doubt that this animal is absolutely astonishing, and it is this raw majesty that has made them a prized pet among the elites in society. Pictured here is one of these birds with Supreme Leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Kim Jong-un. They are currently valued at millions of dollars per egg. The future seems bleak for the Qantas, as extensive egg collection and smuggling has already begun to settle in the already small pockets of populations in Eastside's fragile ecosystem. Oh, what a rare sighting. This bird is not common in this part of the ecosystem at all. The Corvus brachioninchos, or less formally known as the death feather. They look angsty, scary, and somewhat suicidal, and many viewers at home may be wondering why that is. Well, it's simply because they are all collectively depressed. The following footage is not for the faint of heart. A hungry primate has just attacked a death feather. The death feather did not stand a chance. As its corpse lays on the ground decaying, another death feather stumbles upon it. It appears that it is trying to revive his fallen comrade. It squawks. That is a community call. He is rallying up other death feathers within the vicinity. What a sight! These inquisitive squawks indicate that they are angry and vengeful. It was a murder. The way they peck the ground before flight shows collective understanding. Uh-oh, that same primate just came back into the picture.
And here we have some lost footage we acquired from a dead cameraman.
Bird eggs, however, are a different story. No matter what species, it is the mission of every mother bird to protect her eggs no matter what. The mother has gone off to scavenge, leaving her embryos in a precarious situation. In the wild, every action has a consequence. Our primate has come back, and he looks even hungrier than last time. He is using his extremely powerful nose to sniff out any food in the area. He's got a lock on the eggs. Again, this may be too much for some viewers. The mother kiwi returns to an empty nest. Maybe she'll have better luck and better instincts next mating season. Life goes on, and each of our feathery friends are out there right now, surviving, thriving, and defecating on every car from under the solar panels in the parking lot. Respect their majesty as you would a lion or a shark, as they are the byproduct of natural selection and a story 4.5 billion years in the making.